Welcome back to NetWorthy Podcast, where we provide coverage on all things NBA. I'm your co-host El Jefe, and I'm joined here by my fellow members of the SFN crew. How y'all fellas doing tonight?
Good man. Happy to be here. Another week, another laugh.
We are the New
Happy to
York
be here.
Knicks.
We are garbage.
We are trash.
It's
Oh
been a rough,
shit. What's
it's been a
good?
rough week for the Knicks,
We
but
back.
Oh man. Well, we back. We got some more discussions to talk about. We this week we got a team that's slowly trying to creep their way into the Western playing round this year, and could possibly knock out one of the two prize fighters in the NBA. Talking about Steph and LeBron. Talking about the Houston Rockets today. The Rockets, man, they're about 2-3 games out of the playing round right now, right behind the Lakers. I'm sorry, right behind the Warriors, and about 5 games, 6 games behind the Lakers. And it's close. I mean, it's getting close. And if I know the Lakers and Warriors are matched up today, and I think they got one more game later on this season. So I mean, if the Rockets can put together some wins, could they potentially knock one of these guys out and be in a playing situation this year? How y'all feel about Dillon Brooks, Van Vliet, and the Rockets?
Why you had to shout out Dillon Brooks first? Come on, man. That's a non-factor on the team. But shout out to Ime, my dog Ime, holding it down out there in the West like I knew he would.
That's right. Your
He just,
guys out there. I forgot about that.
yeah, he just doesn't have enough veteran presence on that team right now, but they'll get there. They're a solid squad. Jabari, Jalen, Fred VanVleet, not Dylan Brooks. They're all pretty solid, so they get the job done. But I can't see it. I can't see them passing the Warriors or the Lakers because obviously those are two veteran squads that know what to do, know how to get the job done, and the Rockets. As far as I know, I think the Rockets split the season series with the Lakers, and they lost to the Rockets both times. I mean, to the Golden State both times. So um, either way, even if it comes down to like a tiebreaker, I still can't see them beating one of those teams to get in. So
Yeah, they split with the Lakers, but right now, man, the Rockets they on a 5 game win streak. So they getting the job done somehow, some way. Man. How you feel about the Rockets? You think they could sneak in?
I mean they have a pretty cupcake or man or I guess cupcake these next 3-4 games. They have the Wizards, Bulls, Jazz. I mean Jazz not so much, but I mean I don't really expect much from them. And the Trailblazers, the only thing that's going to hurt them is missing their big man, Sengun, who's going to be out for a couple of weeks, they believe, with a high ankle sprain. But I think Jalen Green will be able to, you know, pick up what he's been kind of getting to it over these past couple of days, especially with the news of his new child coming. Congratulations to him and Drea. I'll leave that at that. But you know, they did bring up the
oh my
rook.
God, David. Oh my God, Jim. Go ahead.
They brought up the rook.
Girl.
What's his name? Amen Thompson. Past 2 games, he's had 20 and 18 respectively.
Oh,
So
man.
I mean, I think they'll be able to. I don't think they'll be able to necessarily fill that spot, but I mean, fill the void completely. But I think with Jalen Thompson, I think Dillon Brooks, he knows what it takes to at least get to the playoffs. To help be a bit of a veteran to help lead this team at least as they see fit. And Ime Udoka, excellent coach. His off the court antics should not have got him fired from Boston, but here we are in Houston. I think he has a chance to, potentially do something with this Rockets team. But obviously losing Sengun is big. But I mean, they do have a chance, and if they get into the playoffs, all bets are off.
It's consensual.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. All bets are completely off. I mean, and right now they're cruising through wins, and like you said, they got upcoming schedule that's fairly easy in their favor. I mean, and without Sanguine, they're still picking up wins. They just recently beat the Cavs, which is the third team in the Eastern Conference right now. So, I mean, that's huge. But hypothetically, let's say the Warriors or the Lakers actually do miss out on the play-in round and the
Just say the
playoffs
Warriors.
completely.
Say the Warriors.
Well, I'm just saying, let's say either
No,
one
no,
of those
no,
teams.
no, no. Just say the Warriors. You want to say
Yeah.
somebody? Just say the Warriors. Let's be realistic. Just
No,
say the
okay,
Warriors.
okay, but I have a question about
Warriors.
both of them.
Warriors. Say
No,
the
no.
Warriors.
This question pertains to both franchises. I'm sorry. If either one of these franchises do not make it, and especially the Lakers for you, Sav, if they don't make it, will they blow up their roster? Yeah. I want to hear that. Will the Lakers blow up their roster if they don't make it?
Your roster needs to be blown up before our roster does. Don't do that. You don't want this smoke right now.
I'm just asking a question.
I'm just stating an answer.
Our roster's fine. We'll be in the playoffs.
It's in shambles. It's in shambles.
We'll be there. We'll be fine.
We'll see.
But do the Warriors trade their core, and did the Lakers give up on AD if they do so miss? And does LeBron sign that player option? How about that?
He playing
I
games.
mean,
He playing
I think at
games.
this point, with LeBron, he's just waiting for his son to get to the league. I think Bronny does another year at USC. I mean, I don't see the Lakers winning another ring anytime soon. They got their ring with LeBron. He did. He's completed his service. He scored. He got 40K. Got the scoring title with the Lakers. He's added to their already illustrious, their illustrious franchise. So, I think he's done what he's needed to do. So at this point, he's just waiting for Bronny to get in to say that he played the game with his son. And that's about it. With the Warriors, it's that time. I think it's enough is enough at this point. Draymond's ready to podcast full time and work on TNT. Seeing guys say Klay Thompson is a better shooter than Ray Allen or a better player than Ray Allen all the time. It's kind of crazy, but I think it's time to Klay to ride it's time for Klay to ride off, and Steph is Steph. May end his career as a top 10 player all time. If he gets another ring, probably doesn't get another ring, but I think they do. I think it's time for the Splash Brothers and that whole core to, remix it up, or remix it this time.
Could you
Where's
see
Steph
Steph
from?
asking?
Where's Steph from again?
I want to say Carolina somewhere.
That's why I thought so. Yeah, he's from Carolina. He had mentioned something. Him and Tatum mentioned something about going back to if they had to play with anybody, they play closer to home. So the only option that would be Charlotte. So closest.
You from Ohio?
Who?
Steph.
Steph's from Ohio?
He's
Yeah,
he's from Akron, Ohio.
He is from Akron.
That's where he's born.
No,
So
His father played, and that was my fault. His father played for Charlotte.
yeah,
That's why I just assumed because he was a kid when they were playing in Charlotte, but he was born in Akron. That's interesting.
good.
Funny how he was born in Akron and taking rings from the Akron kid, or the
I
kid
thought,
from Akron.
I thought you were putting it towards the LeBron thing.
That's what I'm saying. The Akron kid was taking rings from the kid in Akron. Yeah.
But well,
I love these guys.
do we see Curry ask for a trade if the Warriors do not make it?
he made too much money to get a trade, bro. Nobody's giving. You got to remember, franchises got to have the money for that. He's at what, 250 right now, some shit like that. You don't have a franchise that has the bread for that without. Now that's a player you have to cut pieces for.
Yeah, you gotta find a package and make it work if that's who you want to build.
He's not worth that. I'm gonna be honest with you. He's not worth that. You leave him there, you leave him in Golden State, you trade everybody else around him, and you make younger pieces around him. He's a point guard. So all his job is at the point now he's getting to, he's done everything he's needed to do scoring wise. So his next step is getting more so his passing, his steals. That's more so where he needs to get certain accolades so that way he can rise to the occasion of being an all-time, all-around point guard versus just best shooting point guard. That's what people cease to have in conversation. If I had to make a choice between who's a better point guard, I would choose Kyrie over Steph. If I had to pick who's a better shooting point guard, I'm picking Steph over Kyrie, in my personal opinion. So it's just the qualifications that you take from that and how you decide to frame that. Because all around versus just shooting or just offensive or even putting offensive in shooting. Those are like that's scoring the same hand in hand. But in my personal opinion, that's how I would look at it that way. But Steph is a player you build around. You don't let him go. The Warriors have nothing if they let him go. So there's no reason to let him go. It's let everything else around go and rebuild from there. Draymond, you get a couple picks from. Maybe you get a younger player. Clay, you trade Clay away, you get some picks. Maybe a mid-rotation player. Just depends on where you're sending them and what you're getting from it. And as well as how many teams are involved. If you can get a 3-player team and you can trade also to help you get something else from somewhere else with giving him away to another team that needs him and then a pick to that other team and that other team ends up trading somebody to that team and then they get that player in return. Like, for example, like Steph needs a piece that he can build off of. He needs like a stretch 4 that can shoot the ball or at least another 3 that can score. Clay's past his time of scoring. So like a Mikal Bridges, I feel like would complement Steph in an extent, or more so respectfully like a Chet Holmgren, but you're not gonna get a Chet in Golden State unless they were to trade up and get Alexander Sarr. That would be the next best thing. So just depends on what they can get away with and how they decide the move. But moving Steph isn't the move. Everybody else around Steph is the move.
So blow up the team and keep Steph. I mean, I can't disagree with that. I mean, Steph is obviously their best player. Clay's at this point coming off the bench. Draymond's just punching people in the face at any given moment. So why not get? I mean, I agree with Ant. Draymond might as well just retire. I mean, like you said, he was doing the podcast. Um, might as well just go ahead and continue to do that. But I mean, we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. I mean, it's awfully close right now in the playoff race, and the West is only getting more interesting as the days continue, and we get into the April month and the last month of the regular season. So we'll definitely see, and we'll definitely have to talk about this again if the Rockets do so claim a play-in spot. It'll be very interesting to keep watch of where the Warriors and any team in the Western play-in right now land. So we'll see what ends up happening there. And we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here for this one. You make sure you follow us on YouTube at NetWorthy Basketball Podcast, and we'll catch y'all next time.